So 2012 was a really great year for me in a lot of ways. There was a couple of misses for sure, but one of my successes of the year was my adventures at CrossFit. And for me, I grew up as like kind of a scrawny kid. I was always like the emotional sensitive dude. And I'd made it into a gym about less than this many times in my whole life. And it was something that I avoided like the plague. I'd go in there once in a while and say I was committed and go and lift weights for about 3 or 4 days and then come out feeling really stiff and realize how much I did not like going to the gym. And there was a point in my process that I realized that ultimately was an incongruency, where what I valued, what I knew to be true, and what I taught here, I was out of integrity with myself in my own personal life. And so there was this place where the pain got to be more than the joys of skipping out of working out. So I finally got started with it and made my commitment to myself that I was going to go to CrossFit on a regular basis. How many of you guys have been to CrossFit? Oh my goodness, a number of you. Tina, I heard you just had a go at it. What was it like?
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah?
I loved it.
Cool, excellent. So CrossFit, for those of you who don't know, CrossFit it's called high intensity. Okay, so what that means is I'm there for just over an hour, and the first 40 minutes are just warming up, getting to know the movements, and then the last 20 minutes is go as fast as you can, as hard as you can. It's just balls to the wall, full on, get to the end, absolutely exhausted, ready to puke, and it's pretty empowering at the same time. And it's also constantly varied, which is neat, because it is always varied, meaning different muscle groups are being worked out in different ways. So the workouts are always different, which is neat for me. I'm being challenged in different ways. It's great for my body in that my muscles there's no memory that's getting developed, right, and patterning that happens. And it's also, it's totally scalable as well, which means that anybody at any fitness level can do a CrossFit workout. So I wanted to share with you a bit about my first CrossFit workout. It was a good one. So one of the things that CrossFit does a lot of is pull-ups or chin-ups. Yeah. Okay. So me and a chin-up bar can get about that high when we start. Yeah. But luckily at CrossFit they have these big elastic bands, and big I mean thick. Yeah. So you tie them around the bar and then you pull them under. Yeah. You put your foot in them and that helps you swing up higher. Yeah. So first workout at CrossFit was. And they love to do combinations of ridiculously heavy lifting along with something more muscle oriented, where you have to actually control your muscles. And so I was about halfway done the workout and total muscle exhaustion. And I'm standing on a box and I had to use a fairly heavy elastic band to get me up, right? There's lighter elastic bands than the heavy elastic bands. So I'm standing on a box on one foot and I'm exhausted at this point. Do you see where this is going? Yeah. Okay. And I'm pulling all my might to pull this guy down to get this foot in, yes? And all I hear in the background is not this Heather, but other former Heather, former owner of CrossFit. Her name was Heather. Come on, guys, go for it, more. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. And I get this around here, and then I slip, and this thing slaps underneath my leg, and then it's pulling up, and I'm standing on a box that's 1.5 feet high, and the foot is dangling like this. And I am so weak and exhausted, I can't get the damn thing off. And I swear to God, I was and she was yelling, come on, more, go. She actually had to run over and help me get out of this thing, and then for each time from there forward, she actually had to come and help me get the elastic band underneath my foot so I could do a chin-up. Fun?
No.
I'm surprised you went back.
Yeah, exactly.
Norm's version of hell.
It was.
Sounds like fun to watch.
There's the video camera when you need it. Is it on YouTube?
No. That would have been a YouTube hit.
Yes.
So that was that was a memorable day at CrossFit. There was many other ones, but there was something to it that I stuck with it, which is really the gift. And one of the things that I learned in last year, and I so get this as a truth now, is something called Wolff's Law. And Wolff's Law states that you have two choices in life. You can choose to challenge yourself, or the universe is going to challenge you. And I so get that either I'm going to pick my challenges, I'm going to find where my edge is, and I'm going to push that edge, or the universe is going to say, come on, kid, wake up. You're bigger than this. You're better than this. And it's going to throw me all these curveballs and challenges in life. Right? So I found by going to CrossFit, I never liked going to CrossFit, but I always liked coming back from CrossFit. And that was an amazing realization for me, was overcoming that fear. I'll tell you, going to CrossFit, more often than not, my knees are shaking driving up to that place. And I conquer my fear. And I rally through it. And so for me, my success last year was I started in November, and I'm still going to CrossFit. And now I can do a chin-up by myself. It's like, yay, I can actually do 7 of them by myself. It's great. Yeah. Okay, so successes. So I want you just to contemplate what your successes were last year. And we're talking about health tonight. And I do want to make it a focus about health. What we're we're going to go through a couple of different tools and process pieces tonight, and they're applicable to all of the aspects of your life. But for tonight's purpose, I'd like you to stay focused on health. Okay? So take some time right now and look at what were your top 3 successes around your health. And I would like them to be more about your behaviors, things that you had control over rather than symptoms or side effects. You with me on that? Okay? Rather than the things that happen by chance or whatever. Let's not focus on that. Let's look more at your behaviors, some things that you changed, some things that you did. Going to the chiropractor, going for some walks, maybe changing some diet, adding more water, changing your thinking habits, getting on a holiday. These are all good things.